If you walk the streets of Montreal late at night, you'll notice something interesting. The city never truly sleeps. Neon lights glow, conversations spill out of cafes, and somewhere nearby, there's always the smell of fries, cheese, and gravy drifting through the air. That smell belongs to a dish that has become one of the most recognizable comfort foods in the world: poutine. This story doesn't begin in a fancy restaurant. It doesn't begin with a celebrity chef. It begins with ordinary people in rural Quebec, sometime in the 1950s, in the French-speaking province of Quebec. Back then, poutine wasn't a symbol of national pride. It was messy, greasy, and honestly, a little embarrassing. Legend says the first poutine was created when a customer asked a small roadside snack bar owner to mix cheese curds into a bag of hot fries. The owner reportedly looked at the strange request and said, "Ça va faire une maudite poutine," which loosely translates to "that will make a damn mess." And that's exactly what it was, a delicious mess. At the time, Quebec was full of tiny roadside diners called casse-croûtes. These were simple, fast, and affordable places where workers stopped for quick meals. French fries were already popular. Cheese curds, fresh, squeaky, slightly salty, were a regional specialty. Gravy, that was the finishing touch that turned everything into something warm and comforting, especially during Canada's long winters. The magic of poutine is in the balance. The fries must be hot and crispy, the cheese curds must be fresh enough to squeak when you bite them, and the gravy must be hot enough to soften the curds slightly without melting them completely. It sounds simple, but anyone from Quebec will tell you, not all poutine is created equal. For years, poutine was considered junk food. In fact, many Quebecers were embarrassed by it. During the 1960s and 70s, as Quebec went through major cultural changes, people were eager to present a sophisticated image to the world. Poutine didn't exactly fit that image. It was cheap, it was greasy, and it looked like a pile of brown sauce on fries. But food has a funny way of telling the truth about a place, and the truth is, poutine represented comfort, community, and identity. By the 1980s and 90s, something unexpected happened. Instead of disappearing, poutine started spreading, first across Quebec, then across Canada, and eventually around the world. Montreal became the unofficial capital of poutine culture. The city's energy, creativity, and nightlife made it the perfect home for the dish's reinvention. Classic casse-croûtes still served the traditional version, but chefs began experimenting. Suddenly, poutine wasn't just fries, curds, and gravy anymore. You could find poutine topped with smoked meat, a nod to Montreal's famous deli culture. Some versions added pulled pork, mushrooms, or spicy sauces. Others went gourmet with truffle oil, duck confit, or even lobster. What started as a roadside snack was now appearing on upscale restaurant menus. Yet, the heart of poutine never changed. It remained a late-night food, a comfort food, a shared experience. After concerts, after parties, after long winter walks, people gathered around steaming plates of poutine. And winter in Montreal matters to this story. Temperatures here regularly drop far below freezing. Snow piles high on sidewalks. The air feels sharp and dry. In that kind of cold, a hot dish of poutine isn't just food. It's survival. It's warmth in edible form. Ask locals what poutine means to them, and you'll hear words like nostalgia, comfort, and pride. Parents bring their children for their first poutine. Friends debate endlessly about which spot serves the best version. Tourists arrive curious and leave converted. Today, poutine has traveled far beyond Canada. You can find it in New York, London, Tokyo, and Paris. It appears at food festivals and on social media feeds. But many will tell you, to truly understand poutine, you have to eat it in Montreal. Because here, it's more than a dish. It's a story about how humble beginnings can become cultural symbols. It's about how something once considered messy and unsophisticated can evolve into a source of pride. And maybe that's why poutine resonates with so many people. It reminds us that perfection isn't always neat or elegant. Sometimes it's crispy, squeaky, covered in gravy, and best enjoyed at midnight with friends. So the next time you see a steaming plate of fries topped with cheese curds and gravy, remember, you're not just looking at comfort food, you're looking at a piece of Montreal's history. A delicious, messy, unforgettable piece of history.